Aikido often looks effortless from the outside, but when you try to do it yourself, it can feel nearly impossible. In today's video, we're going to take a deeper look at this and figure out the best ways to deal with this, how to get through this successfully. So the first point is that Aikido hides the effort. Advanced Aikido, like advanced any kind of sport, really removes visible struggle. So for example, if you watch Kobe Bryant videos and Michael Jordan videos, you would think, oh my gosh, looks easy. But maybe you've tried to play basketball. So then you realize, oh no, oh my gosh, how is he doing that? I've tried and it's difficult. But so many people watching an Aikido video have never done Aikido. So the thing is that, like any sport, to the beginner, it looks like there's certain body organization and it looks pretty easy if they see a real pro doing it, somebody at a really higher level. Then when they try it, it's difficult. They don't realize from watching that the real work is the internal organization. So they don't realize or they don't see all the years of tweaking a specific movement so that it becomes more and more efficient, so that you're using fewer and fewer neurons, so that it becomes more and more smooth. So again, like any sport done really well, really high level Aikido hides the effort. It's not visible. Another point. Hey, sorry to interrupt the video, but some of you have been asking how you can get a copy of my book, The Teacher. The book includes a wide range of topics, including from horseback riding to Budo, the Japan experience and returning home, building intuition, attracting new students to Aikido, Aikido and nonviolence, leading by example, women in Aikido, arrogance, saying no to homogenization in Aikido, Aikido and distance teaching, body alignment, and more and more. So if you haven't purchased a copy of the book and you would like to, just head to leah-suzuki.com/book or use the link in the YouTube description below. It's available in English and it's even available in Italian actually. That's just on Amazon. And the book has, let me show you a little bit of this book. A photo of me when I first started. Can you see it? Is it showing up? Some photos of my teacher, Takeda Shihan. My first teacher, Bill Gleason Sensei in Boston. And some of you might recognize that's Gary Small Sensei taking ukemi there. More casual setting with myself and Takeda Shihan back in the 80s, hence the crazy hair. Another one of my favorite photos of Takeda Shihan. One of my favorite photos of Yamaguchi Sensei. And there I am teaching a seminar at my dojo in Hollywood. Just a regular photo shoot, actually, from a regular class. Teaching in Hollywood dojo. Oh, wow. My friend Brandon Ishisaka Sensei, I believe that's me training with his daughter, who now I think is like 16 years old. Anyway, she's super cute, huh? And she's doing great. She's still training. If you haven't gotten a book and you'd like to get one, just look in the description below this video and there's a link there that you can click on to order your copy. Now let's get back to the video. When we start something, whether it's Aikido or another sport, we try to add power almost always, and we put more emphasis on power than flexibility or alignment. Oftentimes people do this, not everybody, but so many people put most of the emphasis on power. And since it's a martial art, they think, oh, okay, I've got to be strong. No, the emphasis at the beginning needs to be on the flexibility and the alignment, especially the alignment. So for those of you who are thinking, oh no, she said flexibility, I'm not flexible. No worries. It's secondary, way secondary to alignment. That's really the big one when you first start. So when something feels really difficult, or we watch it and it looks smooth but powerful, then we want to put power into it. And many times when we're first starting something, whether it's Aikido, basketball, baseball, whatever, if we try to put the power in, then we get unwanted tension in the body. Have you ever shaken hands with somebody who's tense, as opposed to somebody who's confident, comfortable, relaxed? They shake your hand, it's firm, but it's confident. And how does all that translate? You know it. You just know. So that's what we're looking for when we first start Aikido. Our Aikido improves when we remove this tension of trying to force somebody to do something. Again, just like the handshake, we're not forcing that person to shake my hand back. We're just removing the tension and connecting with this person. If we have unnecessary tension, it blocks movement, or movement becomes more difficult. It also blocks sensitivity. So it's really, really important to get rid of this. In my seminars and in my regular classes, I really, really encourage people to loosen up. Oftentimes the tightness comes from the shoulders. That's the first place that you can usually try releasing it from. And then a little bit more advanced idea is to loosen the knees as well. And that will really, really help you in so many ways. But it's a little bit harder to wrap your brain around it. Anyway, if you want to see more of this, by the way, you can always join my weekly Aikido training tips and insights, and you'll get a video to your inbox every week. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. What changes after years and years of training? The movements become smaller and the movements become less tense. So we don't transmit this feeling of nervousness or tension to our partner. And so the training becomes easier in a way, and the timing becomes earlier, the balance becomes easier. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you've probably noticed that I sometimes use Shoto, or short sword. I find that it helps students drop their shoulders, stop pushing, and really feel the technique. Right now, I have a limited number of these Suzuki signature Shoto available. They're made in Japan from premium Japanese white oak. They're engraved with my signature, and they're really beautifully balanced. Because of the lumber shortage in Japan, I was only able to get a small batch of them. So once these are gone, that's it for the time being. So if you'd like one, click the link below to reserve yours. During the checkout process, you'll be prompted to let me know which seminar you'll attend, and then I'll bring it right to you. Now let's get back to the video. When I said the training becomes easier, and then I said, in a way, the beginners are often surprised. They say, well, you know, once I get in shape, this will be easier. And what they don't realize is that my job as their teacher is to constantly take them to where they think their limit is, where they think their full potential is, right? And then take them a little bit past that so they can see, oh my gosh, I had more than I thought I did. I had more stamina than I thought I did. I had more flexibility than I thought I did. My rolls were better than I thought they were, or whatever it is. So in that sense, the training, if you've got a teacher like me, the training doesn't ever get easier, but you get better and better at accepting, like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm going to get really pushed. But really at the very top of my list of priorities is no injuries. So I never want to push somebody so that they feel like they're being bullied. I certainly don't want any injuries on the mat. That's how I see my job. And there's a good number of people who love that. So I'm able to continue. So in conclusion, Aikido becomes easier not because the techniques change or that you've memorized this and that technique, but simply because you have changed. All right, we'll wrap it up. If you do want to come to any of my seminars, I'll be in Japan next month, actually, May 8th through 18th. I'm doing a whole tour, and I'll be mostly in the Kamakura, Yokohama area. In June, I'll be in Ireland and the UK. In July, one night only, Boston. I'll be in Shanghai, San Diego. I'm doing a whole tour of Germany from the 14th to the 27th of September. If you want to go on that tour with me, we'll do 4 dojos in those days. And I've been going to these dojos and one new one as well for about 15 years. So it's a really good time. And I know the hosts really well and most of the students as well. So if you want to join me on that, let me know. Just leave a message in the comments section. Check out my schedule. There's more seminars that I can't list them here. You'll drop off the video and go like, oh my God, she talks too much. So check in the description below and see when I'll be in your town, Montana, Redlands, California, San Diego. Oh my goodness. So hope to see you there. Looking forward to training together soon. Bye-bye.